Phantom Forces once again has released a huge update that completely changed movement as a whole, created a whole new playstyles, rebalanced loads of weapons, and even extended the lengths of some game modes, so that way you don't end a deathmatch game with like 7 minutes left in the lobby. So in today's video, as an extension of my last video talking about the movement changes, I thought that we'd take a look at the rest of the update, which is actually a huge amount of weapon changes, completely shifting the meta and making some guns crazy overpowered. But are these changes actually good? Let's find out the damage or the buffs that Stylus did. So first, the HK416 got a snappier and more kicking kind of recoil. Not a huge amount, but hey, it's a popular gun, so a lot of you guys are probably going to notice that. The G11 got pretty much, I think, its first update ever. I'm not 100% sure, but it's a very minor change for it, just changing the firing sound and the reload sound. But hey, it's a change on a weapon that is basically just about perfect as is. The MP5K, one of the best weapons in the game as of its last update, has been nerfed, unfortunately, getting reduced damage range, lower aim walk speed, slower equip speed, slower aiming down sight time. It's just not as good now. It's still great, just a little bit less great. The UMP, also one of the most broken guns in the entire game as of the last update, also got a nerf. Basically the same things as the MP5K, just with different figures, but same kind of nerfs. Oh my god, this poor thing, dude. The MP7 got a nerf as well, the same nerfs as the other ones got. This thing it's just never gonna see the light of day, is it? The MAC-10 got some pretty interesting changes, getting a new sprinting animation for it, faster aim time, however, sadly a slower equip speed. The P90 got the same nerfs as the MP5K and the UMP, by not much at all, as well as a new firing sound and a sprint animation, or different sprint animation. The Colt Mars, interestingly enough, has the biggest change so far, which is in the form of basically straight buffs down the line, with increased damage range, torso multipliers, ADS time, and even its 9x30 conversion got a range damage increase and a torso multiplier, however, slightly decreased close-up damage on that conversion, but still super high. The MP5 did get a faster ADS time by a pretty large amount, but a slower equip speed by a good bit. The L2A3 basically got nerfs all the way down, while it got a slightly faster reload time, slightly faster walk speed, and a slightly faster aim walk speed. It got its penetration cut almost in half, its equip speed was lowered, and overall, it just feels a little bit wimpier now. The MP5 SD and MP10 both got their equip speed and magnification speed, whatever that is, reduced. And the Uzis definitely got one of the larger changes here, having increased range damage, guaranteeing at least a 5-shot at all range. The damage range for up close and at distance were increased, so more damage at more distance. It got ever so slightly faster in terms of reloading, slightly faster in walk speed, but in turn, it no longer has a torso multiplier. Its aim walk speed was reduced kind of a lot, and so was its equip speed. I feel like Stylus is trolling us a little bit here with the AUG A3 Para XS change here. As if it wasn't broken enough, it had its damage range increased by like 50%. So it does more damage at longer ranges than before, while a slightly slowed down equip speed and aim walk speed, of course, still absolutely as broken as ever. The K7, I believe, got its first actual overhaul, getting new reload sounds, new recoil, increased overall damage, increased damage range, much faster walk speed, and even its 5.56 conversion got the new layered recoil system and higher damage ranges. In an attempt to make the Bison, or PP19 Bison, not horrendous, Stylus made some great changes to it overall, giving it higher damage, farther damage ranges, faster reload, faster aim walk speed, but lowering its torso multiplier and equip speed. It's actually pretty fun to use now with the new recoil. The Rama got some pretty needed nerfs, lowering its damage to no longer be a guaranteed 3-hit kill, lowered aim walk speed and equip speed, making it still good, but not as busted as it was with one of the last big updates. A bunch of snipers got new equip animations, including our next weapon here, the Intervention. It also got loads of other changes, including a higher torso multiplier, a faster fire rate by quite a lot, a faster reload time, again, as if the Intervention wasn't broken enough, but sadly, with it comes less penetration, slower walk speed, slower aiming walk speed, much slower equip speed, but still really nice one-tap torso range, so Steven is a happy boy once again. The Model 700, another favorite of mine, got faster reload times across the board, very nice. The Mosin, another favorite of mine, got a huge buff with pretty much everything. It got a damage range increase, faster equip speed, much faster aiming walk speed, sadly decreased penetration, but with my favorite way to use it, the 8mm conversion, that also got huge buffs, including farther damage range, higher head and torso multipliers, much faster muzzle velocity, much faster fire rate, faster reload, but sadly decreased damage range. It's just great. The Steyr Scout got some pretty interesting buffs, including slightly higher damage, increased damage range, slightly higher torso multiplier, increased fire rate and muzzle velocity, and faster reload and equip speeds. However, a lower headshot multiplier and walk speed. The Boxy Buster, weirdly enough, got an update, which is basically just a faster equip speed. I don't know why we needed this, but sure, I won't complain at all. The G17, of all things, got a buff, having a new layered recoil system, which looks great, and a G-switch attachment, which is very interesting to use because basically you just get a G18. Increased damage range and faster reload speeds, aim, walk speed, and equip speed as well. It's, great to see. The M9 basically got the same treatment as the G17, which is indeed nicer to see. However, for some reason, they cut its velocity basically in half. The M1911 basically got the same changes as the last two pistols, but again, with super low muzzle velocity, like criminally low at just over 800. For reference, most pistols in Phantom Forces have around 1500 to 2000. So they did my boy dirty. The M17 also got the same kind of changes as the last few. Okay, just to keep this short, the Deagle L5, M45A1, KG99, G50, 57, Zip 22, G1M1, Hardballer, Ishevsk PB, Makarov, Deagle XIX, Automag 3, Grizzly, M2011, Alien, and AF2011A1 all got the same kind of treatment with damage range and equip speed for the most part. And the G21 and G23 both got G-switches, which work differently than you'd kind of expect it to. Instead of just making it a fully auto Glock, it basically makes you mag dump from as little as clicking a single time. Very weird. I'll just have the pistol updates scroll through on screen if you want to see everything that was changed, but really, it's just kind of the same for pretty much each of the weapons. For the machine pistols, the G18 got a higher damage and damage range, which is awesome. I do love the G18 a lot. It also got faster reload times and aim walk speeds, but with slightly lower muzzle velocity. Basically, the same kind of thing happened with the M9 3R, and just the others got the same kind of thing with equip speed and aim magnification speed, and just all that other stuff. The MP412 Rex is insane now with new recoil, a really nice new model, loads of barrel attachments, and even a stock, which you can learn more about in the dedicated video that I made for it right here on screen. I'll also leave it at the end of the video if you want to see that too. The 1858 New Army, a fan favorite for many a year in Phantom Forces, has had a rework with the animation no longer requiring you to manually reset the hammer, better alt-aim animation, quote unquote, less overall camera kick with recoil, faster fire rate, walk speed, reload speed, aim walk speed, along with a much faster equip speed, like all the others. Very cool. The Semtex grenade, for the second update in a row, has gotten nerfed. Very cool for a lot of people. Now, like I talked about at the beginning of the video, they also did change a couple of the lengths of like the objectives and stuff for a few different game modes. So hopefully that should prevent games ending with like 7 or 8 minutes still left in the match. I was really getting sick of that happening, so I'm hoping that I'm going to see less of that. However, for the most part, that's just kind of the update. I'll have all the changes scrolling on screen right now. There's honestly just way too much to cover, and a lot of the changes are just things like sight magnification and stuff, but overall, I'm pretty happy with a lot of the changes in this update. I'm glad to see Stylus pushing the new layered recoil system for a lot of different weapons. This basically has now set in stone that they're going to make this probably on most, if not all, of the weapons in the coming months. Thanks to my lovely channel members who help out a ton with making these videos possible. If you'd like to contribute yourself, you can also become a channel member with the link in the description, pinned comment, or the join button on my channel. It's basically like YouTube's version of Patreon, and you get access to all kinds of exclusive member-only videos. And of course, shout out to the top tier channel members: Purple Mooncat, Taxman, Jared Smith, Solitude, Trooper MLG, Lumpy Baconface, and Lazy Goth. If you'd like to see the larger parts of the update, including things like the new movement and damage graph systems, you can watch my video up on screen for that right now. But with that said, what did you think of the update? Let me know your thoughts below. Thanks for watching, and have a great day. Peace.